What's up, amigos? It's the Project Maker Minute with yours truly, Chris Lewitt. As you may know, I'm the former #1 for Cornell University, pro circuit player, elite junior development coach, and author and educator, author of The Secrets of Spanish Tennis and the Tennis Technique Bible. On this Project Maker Minute, I wanted to talk briefly about the philosophy of Luis Bruguera, one of the great legends, a titan of Spanish tennis, whom I've had the privilege to study with for 10, 15 years in all of my trips to Spain. And he's been a wonderful mentor to me, a big, big influence on my coaching career. And he's affected the trajectory of my coaching career greatly. And Luis he's a big thinker. He's very eccentric, and he's really a genius, a tennis genius and a tennis coaching genius. He coached his son to #3 in the world and 2 Roland Garros championships. His son is named Sergi Bruguera. So Luis has in his method 3 simple keys, and I don't know if I should call them technical keys or hitting keys that you can use. I'll share them with you, that you can use for a young player who's just a beginner, all the way up to an ATP or WTA professional. And that's why I think it's such an amazing, the concepts are very simple and very amazing, very useful, because I use them all the time with players of varying levels. And basically, Luis says you need to, with your shots, change speeds, change levels, and keep the line. And this is straight from the Bruguera method that unfortunately now the Bruguera Academy has closed, and it's now restarted in a new form as the Bordeaux Academy. But the old Bruguera Academy has now been shuttered, unfortunately. It's such a sad story. Part of that's due to COVID and the pandemic and the economic struggles that the tennis academies have had in Spain since COVID. But Luis talks about those 3 concepts, those 3 priorities. And I submit this for you guys. If you're a coach or a parent, or if you're a player, these simple keys will help you a lot. Change speeds, change levels, and change or stay with the line. Stay with the line. So I'll explain those briefly and see if you find them as useful as I do. So change speeds means to accelerate. In the Spanish lingo, change speeds means as you're going to hit the ball, your racket shouldn't stay the same speed. The racket should be accelerating through the impact, and biomechanically the racket does slow down after impact, but the idea is conceptually to try to accelerate through the impact. And many players will decelerate, or they'll swing the same speed, like kind of a slow, smooth speed. And that is not what Luis wants in his method. He wants players to change speeds and to accelerate. So you can use that for a little kid, 5 years old, learning technique for the first time, all the way up to if you happen to be coaching on tour, working with ITF players, high-level juniors or pros. That is a very simple thing you can say that will resonate with players of all levels. And speaking of levels, changing levels simply means to swing from underneath the ball and lift up, because as they say in Spain, the net is the enemy. You got to do everything you can to lift the ball over the net, to pass the net with margin. And so a simple thing that you can tell a young child all the way up to a pro is simply, as you're swinging, change levels. Make sure you're getting underneath the ball and lifting up. Make sure your swing path is on a ramp. So you have change speed, change levels, simple, would you call them technical cues or swing cues? And then you have stay with the line or stay on the line. And that doesn't mean down the line. In Spain, the line means the extension. That's what we call that in the US. And so that simply means as you come to strike the ball, you don't pull off the shot. You don't pull off the shot with your body. You don't do anything that causes the racket not to go out and accompany the ball. It's something that Tony Nadal also talks about a lot, to accompany the ball. We'll do a video on that shortly. So staying with the line means to extend your racket, to throw your racket out. They use that term a lot in Spain as well, in Spanish parlance, tennis parlance. throw the racket out along the line of the shot. Make sure that you're extending through the shot, you're lifting through the shot, and you're changing speeds, accelerating through the ball. If you remember those things, very simple cues, you are practicing the Spanish method of Luis Bruguera. And if you're a coach or a parent, these are wonderful, simple things to put in the head of your players so that they don't overfocus or overanalyze. They don't become paralyzed by too much analysis, and they keep their minds clear. And when they're hitting the ball, they're simply thinking about these basic concepts that will help them, whether they're a 5-year-old all the way up to an ATP or professional player. Change speeds, change levels, and stay with the line. What do you guys think? This is the simple method of Luis Bruguera, one of the great legends of Spain. Let me know in the comments, and if you like this Prodigy Maker Minute, please consider watching my big show, The Prodigy Maker Show. It's available on all your favorite podcasting platforms and also on this YouTube channel live. I'll see you guys on the next program.